Pregnancy Option Centre was established in 1997 after Anne Lake, a local GP, recognised the need for a safe, non-judgemental space that men and women could come to discuss unplanned pregnancies and difficulties post-abortion. She felt that there wasn't a service in the area that could provide individuals or couples the time or space to explore their thoughts and feelings. Since then, Options has developed into a thriving service provider in counselling men and women in crisis pregnancy and longer-term emotional and practical support for those who are struggling following abortion or facing pregnancy loss. We also support partners and families during this time, either individually or in joint sessions, as this can often be a difficult time when loved ones are going through these issues. Our main counselling centre is based in a discreet location in Chichester City Centre, with a satellite service in Bognor Regis. Alongside our counselling service, Options also delivers interactive educational workshops in local schools, colleges and youth settings for young people aged between 13 and 18. These sessions support the sex and relationships education within the PSHE curriculum. The aim of our educational work is to improve young people's awareness of sexual consent, the myths and facts about sex and relationships, and how to deal with the consequences of risky sexual behaviour, which includes an unplanned pregnancy.
Options provides a safe place for clients to come and talk about their situations and to have access to free, confidential, professional counselling support. We offer two main types of counselling. The first is crisis pregnancy support, and that's for people who are pregnant and don't know what to do. The second type is post-termination support or post-abortion support. Those who've had a termination of pregnancy and for whatever reason are really struggling afterwards to cope with the emotions and the impact of that. So in crisis pregnancy support, we are offering time with a counsellor to really help the client to understand their world, understand the pressures that are on them, to talk through what the options are for them, to evaluate those options for that client, because for each client the implications of those options and the way that fits with their own value system will be different and unique to them, and it's important that they get that opportunity to really process that for them. They also in that process then get to allow their emotions to surface, and often in a crisis what happens is we have quite a fragmenting experience when we're in crisis, when we're shutting down on parts of our functioning because of panic and the need to make a decision. Actually what happens in the counselling is that calms down, and we just sort of hit pause for an hour and help them to allow those things to surface so that actually they're making a decision as a whole person. So in post-termination support, what we do is offer 6 months support one-to-one with a counsellor, and it's very tailored support. So what we find is that everybody is different, but there is a commonality to the things that people experience. So lots of people, regardless of why they've chosen abortion or how long ago it was, lots of people will experience things like anger or depression or shame or guilt or grief or loss of self-esteem. That seems to happen for a lot of people to one degree or another. So what the counsellor will do is help them to work through those significant areas of pain which are specific to them, and to give them constructive ways of working through that, processing the past, processing the decision making, understanding themselves in that, and actually giving them a real constructive way of handling all of that, and also then building a sense of hope and confidence in the future. So the work of the counselling in post-termination support is really helping people to understand the past but be equipped for a very positive future.
In 2014 we relaunched our education programme, and this was designed to work with 14 to 18 year olds on the consequences of risky sexual behaviour, looking at key aspects of sex and relationships, including relationship boundaries, healthy relationships, consent, and also how to avoid things such as an unplanned pregnancy. Each year we work with around 1,500 young people across the district, and that includes a variety of young people with different needs and vulnerabilities. Some are high risk because they have been excluded from mainstream education or come from difficult backgrounds. We get good feedback regularly throughout the time we've been working with young people. Agencies such as the local council now regularly fund us to deliver different sessions to different schools, and we've started to build a really good working relationship with many schools within the area.
My name is Pam Bushby and I'm the Divisional Manager for Communities at Chichester District Council, and I have a responsibility for community safety. The Chichester Community Safety Partnership has grant funded the Options Healthy Relationships education programme for the last 3 years. We have been really impressed with the way the programme is delivered, and we really like the flexibility within the programme so that we can make sure that the key messages that are needed to be given to the young people are given at the right time. The work they do is invaluable in educating young people as to what a healthy relationship looks like and to reduce the risk of them becoming abused or exploited in any future relationships.
In 2017, the demand on our services grew considerably. We saw a 26% increase in our counselling service and a 35% increase in our education work. As a result of this, we've expanded our services over the last year, training 4 new counsellors and employing a counselling team lead to help coordinate the team and to be the first point of contact for clients, ensuring that the service is at its highest possible standard. Our education team has partnered with new schools as well as teaching multiple year groups. We've also been able to increase our education team leads hours to accommodate more schools, more year groups and other organisations. The team will be working with Ambient House, a local residential parenting assessment centre this year. Many of these young parents are at risk of having subsequent pregnancies due to poor relationship boundaries. We will additionally have plans to carry out a teaching session with parents, looking at topical parenting concerns such as online safety. Options has developed and grown over the last 21 years, and the team and I would like to thank our funders, supporters and volunteers for their time and generosity to get Options where it is today. If you would like to stay in touch, you can sign up to our newsletter that goes out a few times a year, or you can follow us on our social media pages. We hope that the next 21 years sees Pregnancy Options Centre reach more men, women and young people who are in need of our services. Thank you very much.